Hey guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Mastering the Wedding Photography Biz.
I'm Hunter.
And I'm Sarah.
And after taking a few months away from our YouTube channel to focus on our fall wedding season, we are so excited to be back to posting new video content each week in addition to our weekly For Photographers blog.
And this week, we are going to help photographers stop throwing away money on social media ads that just aren't working.
So to be clear, we're not saying that social media ads don't work at all for photographers, because trust us, they definitely do.
But we've seen just way too many photographers literally throwing away their money on really bad Facebook and Instagram ads. So today we are going to explain why those ads aren't working and give you a few options that will work better than those just literally money-wasting social media ads.
So what truly inspired us to record this video is just how many bad social media ads we've seen for photographers in our own feed, plus how many of our students have come to us and asked us like, hey, I used the free promotion and spent $500 and literally got nothing from it. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, so the first and honestly most obvious flaw of all of those ads is that we are seeing them in the first place. Hunter and I have been married for almost 6.5 years now. If we are seeing your ads for your wedding photography services, you are targeting wrong.
And honestly, the most powerful part of social media ads is how specifically they can be targeted to certain people in certain groups. And that's honestly why everyone in the internet is basically constantly collecting data about you. Because the more data that a company like Facebook has, the more specifically they can target and tailor those ads. Because ads that are more tailored to you and your interests and your desires are basically more likely to encourage you to buy.
Yeah, so since Hunter and I are the last people who should be seeing your social media ads, since there is literally a 0% chance we hire you for your wedding photography services since we are already married.
Yeah, and it's not only the fact that we're being targeted for wedding services even though we're already married, but sometimes we'll see ads for photographers who are literally working and capturing thousands of miles away from us.
And since we haven't Googled destination wedding photographers,
Or like Utah wedding photographer or something like that.
anytime very recently, this means that this photographer is probably spending money to target people all over the United States, which is just not a good strategy, even if they are a destination wedding photographer.
But it isn't just poor targeting that we see in these random ads that pop up in our feed. When these ads do pop up, we typically kind of stop and read them with a bit of a critical eye. I mean, after all, we've talked about this in past videos, link up here. We've booked more than $160,000 in weddings from social media ads. So we had to learn, and often the hard way, what makes an ad good and what sort of just makes it a total flop.
And mostly what we're seeing are just total flops.
Yeah.
The most common mistake that we see is people not actually creating an ad, but just paying to boost one of their regular Instagram or Facebook posts. And guys, this is just a huge mistake.
And here's why boosting a post on Facebook or Instagram doesn't work. You wouldn't rip a page out of a Harry Potter book, a novel, and submit it to a poetry contest. And you also wouldn't take a page out of a legal brief and submit it to a recipe book. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't that make any sense? You and I know that we write in completely different styles depending on what the purpose of the writing is.
Yeah, and this is the mistake that people make when they pay Facebook or Instagram to just show one of their regular posts to their non-followers. Writing a caption that will encourage your current social media followers to engage with your content is completely different than writing ad copy to encourage a total stranger to click on your post and follow you or visit your website.
And there are hundreds and hundreds of books written just on the subject of writing ad copy. And you could spend weeks and years, and people do spend weeks and years, mastering the art of copywriting just for social media ads. And so when you're paying to put one of your images in front of total strangers, even if it is the most beautiful wedding image you've ever taken, if the caption is just describing the image or the wedding day or the couple or why you like taking photos, that's a recipe to spend probably hundreds of dollars to get one or two taps, probably no new leads.
But here's where it gets really tricky.
Yeah.
There's a bigger problem than just writing good copy when it comes to Facebook and Instagram ads. Even if you wrote your ad perfectly and selected images that were ideal to get people to stop scrolling, unless that ad took that potential client to what's called a sales funnel, it is probably still not going to book you any weddings.
Social media ads are sort of like meeting someone for the first time on a blind date, right? You can't jump straight from, hi, I'm Hunter, it's nice to meet you, to, will you marry me?
And yet that's exactly what photographers are doing when they are expecting a social media ad to book them a wedding.
In dating, we all know that there are a lot of steps between the very first interaction and someone saying I do on their wedding day. And in the same way, there's a lot of steps between an engaged couple seeing your name and your photos for the first time and, giving you several $1,000s as a deposit toward their wedding photography.
And people don't want to feel like they're being sold to, and they're definitely not going to book a consultation call off of a single social media ad, at least not very often. Like if you're spending hundreds of dollars a month on a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad in the hope that someone books a consultation call right from that ad, you're sort of like someone who hopes that like their dating app profile is enough to convince a stranger to come home with them for Thanksgiving. Like not just go home with them, but for Thanksgiving. That's a big commitment. And like sure, it might happen every now and then, but it's really not a great strategy for business or for dating.
Yeah, also for dating.
Yeah.
But so for all of these reasons, not to mention, the algorithms are constantly changing and there are all these huge corporations that are driving up the prices of social media ads. For all of these reasons, it's really easy to end up upside down on a social media ad. And so that's where you actually spend more money to book a job than you profited from actually doing that job in the end.
Yeah, so this would be like paying Facebook $4,000 over the course of several months and only booking one $3,000 wedding. So in this example, you actually lost $1,000 to shoot that wedding, and the only one who made money here is Facebook.
So because of that, we never encourage our photography business students to use social media ads unless they are committed to learning the art of ad copywriting and to setting up an entire sales funnel. So this is landing pages, this is email series, this is automations, this is ads, this is a lot of stuff. And so instead, for 99.9% of our photography business students, we just recommend they use social media in a few other ways.
Yeah, so really simply, we encourage our students to use social media just to stay in front of the friends and family that they already have. For like newer portrait or wedding photographers, your own network is usually where the majority of your first jobs comes from.
In our first 4 years of business, we booked 40 weddings, which was to us at the time worth a little over $100,000 in jobs from our personal network alone. And that was without spending a single dollar to market to them. It's more on how we did that, by the way, at the end of this video.
But social media can also be a great avenue to target people directly who are already in your network and are likely going to start searching for a photographer.
One of the cool things about social media is that when people make big life, milestone announcements like getting engaged or announcing a pregnancy or celebrating a birthday or a graduation, all of the likes and congratulatory comments usually push that announcement right to the top of your feed. So you get on Facebook one day and boom, it's right there. Or you get on your Instagram feed and it's the first thing you see.
And we've used social media to reach out directly to those people who made those huge announcements. And so that way we are the first people they think of when the time comes to photograph that milestone.
So how do we actually use social media to stay in front of our personal network and to book more clients?
Well, we can't give away like all of our secrets, especially not in a 10-minute YouTube video. In fact, Hunter and I have like more than 2 hours of content just on marketing and advertising for portrait and wedding photographers.
And if you're interested in learning more about how we use not just social media, but also networking with local wedding vendors, about blogging, about website and SEO, about word of mouth referrals, how we use all of these ways to book more photography clients, all without spending a single dollar on marketing, then you should definitely check out our 4 Photographers workshop, How to Get More Photography Clients, a simple guide to free and paid marketing and advertising.
In addition to all of the marketing methods that don't cost you a single dollar, there's an entire section of that workshop on paid methods that are not Facebook or Instagram ads that we found to be more profitable and just more effective for our photography students.
Now, this workshop is available right now to purchase on our website, and you can start streaming the content right this minute using the link in the description. You can learn more or get access to the course literally right away.
But that's it for this week.
Guys, thank you for watching. We are planning on resuming our previous schedule of posting new YouTube content every single week, in addition to posting weekly to our blog and basically daily to, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reels, all those good things.
But if you want more great content like this delivered directly to your inbox, then use the link in the description below to sign up for our 4 Photographers email newsletter.
If you sign up, we are going to send you a copy of our ebook, 5 Essential Tips to Turning Your Side Hustle into a Full-Time Photography Business, our free gift to you.
And of course, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.